Hey family, Apostle Cheryl here for this edition of Life Lessons. What is Life Lessons? Again, it's practical information for success in everyday life. Our topic for this life lesson is all about preparing for new rooms. A lot of times in our Christian community, in our circles, we get super excited about God opening a new door, right? We celebrate, we shout, all of those things. But this life lesson is geared about us being able to stand up in the room after we move through the open door. As always, our launching scripture for this life lesson is this. Revelations 3:8 says this: I know thy works. Behold, I have set before thee an open door, and no man can shut it. That's the A clause. And so again, when we're talking about the preparing for new rooms or the excitement of an open door, I want to admonish you, please do not allow the excitement of an open door cause you to miss the importance of being prepared for the room. Again, do not allow the excitement of the open door cause you to miss the preparation that's required for the new rooms, okay? So if we are not intentional about following the revelation all the way through, we'll get excited about the new door and not know what to do when we are standing in that room. So I'm going to give you 4 things to pay attention to or to be prepared for when it comes down to standing in new rooms. The first thing that I want to talk to you about on tonight is attitude. Okay, we're going to do a little alliteration. So the first thing is attitude. And hear me when I say this. A lot of times people do not understand the power of a positive or appropriate attitude. I can tell you from my history in corporate America that people want to work with people who are pleasant and who have positive attitudes. Even if you are successful and you get certain things done, eventually you run out of runway, or people will potentially run out of grace when dealing with a difficult personality, or a poor attitude will pull away from the value of what it is that you bring to the table. And so when you're preparing to be in this new room, you have to have the appropriate attitude. So you want to stay positive, okay? You want to be a critical thinker, but not a critic, okay? In addition to that, so you want to be positive, you want to be a critical thinker and not a critic. You also want to be able to be a person that can get along with the other people in the room, okay? So you have to have the appropriate attitude for the new room that you are in, okay? Second A that we're going to look at is attention. You have to pay attention. Here's a quick tip that I actually learned from Bishop T.D. Jakes. I heard an interview that he did years ago, and he said whenever he walks into a new room or he's in a space for the first time, a new space, that he pays attention to the power dynamics in the room even before he fully engages. Why is that important? It's important for you to be the student of the new place that you're in, to pay attention to who is the key players, who are the decision makers, what are the interpersonal dynamics like in this new space that you are in. What that does is that it acts as a preservative for you and your social engagement in this new space, okay? You want to make sure that you're aware of who's who, what's what, so you can properly navigate through the relationships and the dynamics that are in the room. So the first A is about your attitude. The second A is about paying attention. Listen, I have seen this. I have seen people literally talk about people in a room because they didn't know that the person was there. You do not want to blow up the room because you could not pay attention, okay? So the appropriate attitude, and you want to pay attention. The third A that we're going to look at is ascension. Apostle Cheryl, what does that have to do with the room that you're in? If you can have the appropriate attitude, if you can pay attention, you have the opportunity to ascend in the room that you are in. Please hear me that when God opens a door, he's doing that so that the kingdom influence that's resting on the inside of you can rise to the space that it's supposed to be in the room that you are occupying. And so I want you to know that ascension is assigned to new rooms. Hear me when I say that. Ascension is assigned to new rooms. And the best way to go up is to go down. Find the servant leadership component to the room that you are standing in. What can you solve for? Okay? What can you make better? What can you bring to the table in order to lift the room and therefore strengthen and position yourself for kingdom influence and expansion through ascension? So our 3 A's as we're preparing for these new rooms: attitude, attention, and ascension. You want to master this door that God is opening. Do not allow God to open the door and then your attitude, your ability to pay attention, and your potential for ascension to cause you to miss this divine setup. That's it for this life lessons. I pray that you have gained something or gleaned something for this lesson that sets you up for success in everyday life. Thanks for joining me. Love you so much. See you soon.